Hello, everybody. Welcome to another GEMPC Top 8. As always, I am Dan Tartaglione, also known as Pt1. Today we've got three games going on right. I actually got two games going on right now. We're gonna have another one very soon. Bill Kafer versus Matt Harrison Trainer game two. Bill ended up winning game one by three. But first, we have a game going on right now. This one is Timo Dusel versus Jeff Lavigne. Timo, our runner-up from last year, he's facing off against Jeff Lavigne, Treadwell. So this one's going to be pretty exciting. We have ROPS versus Quimunning. So yeah, this one's going to be fun. If you're looking to watch Jolson versus Mike Kessling, that is currently going on over on Jared Napolitano's Twitch. If you're looking to watch both at the same time on the multi-tab, it is. I'll actually have that up here in a second. But yeah, Timo Dusel, our runner-up from last year, he is playing against Jeff Lavigne. Okay, so here we go. ROPS versus Quimunning. Jeff is going with Sights Cal Fast, Walkling, and I Must Be Allowed to Speak. Timo going with Imperial Arrest Order, Secret Plans, Insignificant Rebellion V, and the Endor Shield V. He's got out his two systems. There's the Spaceport Street and the Imperial Enforcement already. He's got the Executor Docking Bay, so that's pretty good start already for Timo. There's Aim High from Jeff. Okay, if you're wanting to watch both games at the same time, we have a multi-twitch. Okay, there's Pt1 coming down, Commander Desane as well. Oh, no, he just takes Desane, so Pt1's a little vulnerable right now. I mean, it's going to take a lot of force for Jeff to come down with a spy and another dude against Pt1, but we'll see. There is no tri-shield from Timo. What can I say, James? I've got quick fingers. Yeah, he's got to have something in this fight. You got to think he has something. Goldenrod shield for Jeff as well. So let's see what Jeff wants to do. He is going to go pull. He's attempting to pull the Thief Pallet generator with the Jedi Meditations room. He misses on that, so Timo gets a free peek. It isn't once per game or anything, so he can do it again if he so chooses. Okay, there's the Boss Nash chamber. And the farm. And Jeff's going to use his Master Qui-Gon to put a card back onto his use pile and get a card. And there's Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, coming down to the Spaceport Street already. He's going to grab Luke's lightsaber as well. So right off the bat, Jeff is throwing down some pressure onto Timo. And here we go. Timo's next turn. He's going to activate 9. He's got to get out some more of his sights to get some more activation going. So far in the top 8, we've seen this deal is getting worse all the time from Justin Branch. Bill Kafer playing Shadow Collective, and both Joe Olsen and Timo Dusel playing ROPSv. On the flip side, Miguel played Legend. Both Matt Harrison Trainer and Mike Kessling played Old Allies. And now Jeff Lavigne is playing Qui-Gon Quimunning. Okay, there's the spaceport docking bay. Jeff threatening a drain of 2 next turn. Let's see if Timo has an answer to that. More than likely, he'll just take the drain of 2 and go with it. There's the prefect's office as well. Yeah, it looks like Timo's just going to go into his draw phase and just draw some cards. Timo not fearing the Grimtosh. He's going to draw up to 15, saving 3 cards in his force pile. He pulls the battle order, so he is going to end up taking a drain of 2 this turn. But Jeff is going to activate, use his Quimunning to peek at the top card of his force pile. He's going to put the card on the bottom of his force pile. And then there he goes. He's going to drain. He drains for 2 at the prefix office. There goes another Imperial Enforcement and the Emperor's Shuttle off of out of Timo's hand. So he goes down to 13 cards there. Let's see if Jeff is playing Grimtosh. But interesting to see that Timo decides to lose the Emperor's Shuttle. I'm assuming that Jeff doesn't really have a lot of space in his deck. If he does, maybe it's just a Hunchwing the Falcon or the Tan of 4. If so, I think that the Emperor's Shuttle would be the best ship for him up in space. But we'll see. Okay, Jeff's going to, again, try to deploy the core, or the generator, sorry, the generator, not the core. And again, he misses. So again, Timo does get a free peek into Jeff's deck. So, but really soon here, we're going to have game 2 of Matt Harrison Trainer versus Bill Kafer. Bill, again, won game 1 by 3/4. Really tight game between Shadow Collective and Old Allies. Ooh, here we go. Lando with Vibro X going down in front of Admiral Pt1. Jeff still has 6 force left. He uses 4 of it to throw down Ray. Ray gets a use pile pull. And there is the Anakin Saber on Ray. Will we see bad stuff happen to Timo here? Timo misses with his Endor shield. Yeah, I think it was Joe Olsen versus Silver Glen. They almost the exact same thing happened. So here we go. Battle at the Executor Docking Bay. Ray is going to swing. Draws a 1 for the first Destiny. Needs a 3 or higher to hit Pt1. Draws a 4. Pt1 is sliced, diced, and reduced down to 0. Timo will get a Battle Destiny with Lone Warrior. There's a sense from Jeff. Draws a 1. So yes, the Lone Warrior will be sensed. Again, Jeff will have to lose to the There Is No Trust Shield. He'll lose Battle Plans and Relatively Unprotected off the top of his deck. So there goes the Sensed Recoil to the Lost Pile. That 7 would have been nice for Jeff, but it goes to the Lost Pile instead. Jeff draws a 5 for Battle Destiny. He's 14-3. Timo's down by 11. Does he have a Gick? I'm sorry, he's down by 12 after the +1 from Ray. No Gick for Timo. He's taking 12 in overflow. And there's the Gick off the reserve deck. This is huge. Timo already loses 12 in overflow on turn 2. He ends up losing 12 cards after that battle. Palpatine, Colonel David John, Gick, General Veers, the 5th Brother, Coarse, Rough, and Irritating, Sneak Attack, Expand the Empire, the 9th Sister, Imperial Decree, Imperial Command, and Director Krennic all go to the Lost Pile for Timo. Timo has to recollect here. Activates 13. Timo will use Force Push. He's going to attempt to get a card out of his Force Pile. Timo puts 2 cards back into his Force Pile. He's got 3 cards in his hand to work with. After that insane beatdown, turn 1 or turn 2 from Jeff. When will players who play ROPS learn? Do not go down to the Executor. Because you will get beat down. Timo attempts to pull a Docking Bay. Misses, but he attempts to pull a Sight. Timo, again, trying to recollect himself. He's got 9 cards in his hand to work with. Jeff has 3. Death Trooper comes down to the prefix office. The Spaceport City comes down as well. Commander Dasane hits the field. Timo attempting to go for the flip early on. Blizzard 2 goes in front of Luke. But again, General Veers is in the loss pile. Thrawn hops aboard the Blizzard 2 as the pilot. And Timo will fight Blizzard 2 with Thrawn as the pilot versus Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi. Timo getting a +4 to his battle destiny. He draws a 2. He's going to cancel and redraw that. Takes the Seven Sister into his hand. Draws a 4. That will bring his total up to 8. However, Jeff cancels it and redraws it with Luke. Timo draws another 2. He will exchange a card with his hand with a card with his lost pile. Let's see who what he does here. It puts the Seventh Sister in his lost pile to get Veers. Timo's total battle destiny is 6. Jeff draws a 4, bringing his total up to 10. Jeff is down by 5. There's a close call to track 3. Timo not out of this just yet. No response from Jeff to that close call. Jeff thinking about what he wants to do here. If he can find a way to cancel the close call, he would cause Thrawn to go to the lost pile. He's going to grab the close call. Jeff is down by 8 in this battle. And Timo will retrieve 1. Aim high is on the table, so Timo would have to pay 1. He does pay 1. He retrieves the Emperor Palpatine. Will Jeff peel here, or will he lose Luke? Jeff decides to lose Luke and the saber. And Timo will play, "Come here, you big coward." That will turn off the drain at the docking bay. Thrawn gets off of the Blizzard 2. Moving over. Timo can recollect himself and moves around his guys. And Timo will pass turn over to Jeff. Jeff activates. Draws a bottom card with Rey. And he goes into his deploy phase. There's the bar coming down. Jeff will pay to move Ray and Lando back over to Rallis here. Flipping Timo back. The Bargwin will allow Jeff to retrieve one. He retrieves Luke's lightsaber and moves the Bargwin over so he doesn't get beat down. Passing turn. Here we go into Timo's turn. He moves past his control phase. Veers hits the table. And Timo, after a turn 2 beatdown from Ray and Lando, down by 12. But Timo is trying to make a comeback here. Veers hits the table. The Grand Inquisitor comes down as well. The Emperor's shuttle goes down to the system. Timo now has presence in space and on the ground, so he will not have to pay for the drains. He is not going to be able to flip unless he moves characters in front of Ray and Lando. Veers hops off. The Blizzard 2 moves over. Timo does flip. And he will draw some cards. Now, if Jeff has anything to throw at that Emperor's shuttle, this could be really bad for Timo. Timo has a Gick in his deck, but it is in the loss pile. Close call is grabbed, so Jeff cannot grab the Gick at this point. In 25 minutes, Game 2 of Bill Kafer versus Matthew Harrison Trainer will be on. Hopefully we'll have somebody to cover that one. Right now, Jared Napolitano is streaming Game 1 of Mike Kessling versus Joe Olson. That is a ROPS versus Old Allies match. And here we go. Mace Windu coming down in front of Ozzel and Commander Desane. Mace has his saber. Now, he is only immune to attrition less than 6 here. But here we go. We have another fight. Mace versus Ozzel and Desane. I'm assuming that Jeff has a Clash or a Sniper combo. Swings at Ozzel. Draws a 4 for the first Destiny. That's going to hit Ozzel. Draws another 4. Ozzel sliced and diced. And there's a sorry combo. Does Timo have something to cancel this? He does not. Ozzel goes to the lost pile. Commander Desane is facing down Mace Windu valiantly. Mace attempts to swing at Desane. He only needs a 3 or higher. Draws a 1 for the first Destiny. Now he needs a 3. And he draws a 4. Desane's hit. Timo cannot get the Gick back as he cannot draw Battle Destiny at this point. Jeff draws a 1 for the Battle Destiny. Timo taking down 6 in overflow. Another Death Trooper goes to the lost pile. Vane goes as well. Blizzard 4 and Kirkanos and a masterful move combo, as well as Min. This is not looking forward for Timo. Timo down 13 in life force, 2 in hand. Jeff with a commanding 36 in life force, as well as 2 in hand. And he now moves characters in front of the Death Trooper and Thrawn. Jeff moves everybody over and ends his turn. He's got 3 cards in the hand. Timo, 2. Timo going to be doing 3 points of damage, 3 points of damage this turn. Timo asking for a rebirth. He gets it from Jeff. Timo activates 11, saving 2. And here we go. Drains of 1. Yoda, Master of the Force, goes off the top of the reserve deck for Jeff. Timo drains for 1 at the docking bay. Landing Claw goes lost as well. And a Qui-Gon's lightsaber hits the lost pile. Timo looking at his destinies with the Blizzard 2. He's searching for a trample. Does not find one. He's got 2 cards in his reserve deck. Vader hits the table. That will allow Timo to cancel Lando's game text, and he does. The Blizzard Scout Walker hits the table as well. Timo has no cards in his hand at this point. He initiates a fight. Rey attempts to hit Vader. Draws a 3. Jeff needs a 5 or higher here to hit Vader. He draws a 4. That will do it. But the Death Trooper goes to the use pile, canceling that 4. Vader will not be hit. Jeff takes a look at the card in his force pile. Battle Destiny. Timo draws a 6. It will become a 9 here. Jeff draws a 2. That becomes a 3. Jeff will be down by 11. Timo wins the battle and will be able to retrieve one. Timo will pay the 1 and retrieve Min. Or no, he will retrieve the 5th brother. The Blizzard Walker goes to the lost pile. Jeff has to lose 9 in attrition, 11 in battle damage. Even though Jeff lost that battle, he is still in really good position at this point. Timo has 15 cards in Life Force, 0 in his hand. Jeff currently has 34 in his Life Force and 1 in hand. Lando goes to the lost pile. Ray also hits the lost pile. The little Bargwin is by himself. And Blizzard 2 moves over in front of Mace Windu. Thrawn moves over as well. Vader is facing down that mighty Bargwin by himself at this point. Jeff activates and Timo cancels the Bargwin's game text. So Jeff will not be able to retrieve with the Bargwin at this point. Jeff looking at the top card of his force pile, deciding on what he wants to do with it. He's only got 1 card in his hand at this point. He'll put that card into his use pile to take the top card of his force pile with Qui-Gon, Master Qui-Gon, an old friend. What is that 1 card that Jeff liked so much? It is the Pulsar Skate! And Jeff will initiate a fight against the Emperor's shuttle. Timo will have to lose 3. Jeff not getting Destiny, but the Skate's power of 5 is enough to cause 3 points of damage to that lowly little Emperor shuttle. Timo weighing the options here, whether to lose 3 or to lose the shuttle. He'll lose 3. There goes Moff Gideon, the Emperor, and the 5th brother. Jeff moves Mace in front of Vader and the Bargwin and will draw some cards. Timo has no cards in his hand at this point. Vader keeps the Bargwin in check, canceling his game text. Timo will be able to drain for 3 this turn. But, But again, Jeff has a life force of 27. Or, sorry, 26 as he draws the bottom card of his force pile. Timo saves 2 cards. He looks at his destiny. With no cards in hand, I'm not sure what Timo can do this turn. He's going to drain, though. Wisa got a Grand Army, goes to the lost pile for Jeff. The drain at the docking bay. Jeff will lose another Wisa got a Grand Army. And the drain at the Spaceport City will be a speak with the Jedi Council. Timo skips by his deploy phase and attempts to fight and goes into his battle phase. Vader will fight Mace and the Bargwin. Mace swings his lightsaber, draws a 2 for Weapon Destiny, and he draws BB-8. That will be enough to hit Vader. Timo draws Grand Moff Tarkin for Destiny. He cancels it and takes it into hand. He draws Mara Jade, bringing his total up to 6. Mace is immune still. Jeff draws a 1. That Bargwin will go to the lost pile for Jeff, while Vader hits the lost pile for Timo. Timo does win the battle, so he will be able to retrieve 1. He'll retrieve Emperor Palpatine into his hand. He'll retrieve that Emperor Palpatine. No, the Bargwin will not go to the lost pile. It will be Mace Windu. That little Bargwin is keeping things alive for Jeff at this point. Blizzard 2 moves over in front of the Bargwin. And the shuttle will run away. Allowing Jeff to drain for 2 next turn. Timo draws cards into his hand. As Jeff plays Hear Me Baby Hold Together, Timo grabs the card. Pulls his Don't Do That Again shield. And that little Bargwin is doing a lot for Jeff, but he's facing down a mighty walker and the threat of trample. Into the activate phase. Jeff puts a card back to draw the top card of his force pile. Drains for 2 at the system. Timo will lose Barrier from his hand, as well as a command. Timo down to 11 cards total. Jeff still has 30 cards hand in life. Checks his destiny. No Theed Palace generator to be found. Leia comes down into the Spaceport Street, pulling her gun. The Bargwin will retrieve 1. Again, little Mr. Bargwin doing a lot of work for Jeff at this point. Timo not occupying a battleground